the broader global community. Therefore, we call upon the international community to step up.
Some might say that Felix Tshisekedi is an evil man. That is why he refused to physically attend the East African Community and Southern African Development Community Summit in Tanzania.
So we're going to start with remarks from His Excellency Dr. William Samuel Ruto, CGH, President of the Republic of Kenya and Chairperson of the East African Community.
However, if you ask Felix himself, his absence had nothing to do with malice or a grudge against his fellow African presidents. Instead, it was about something far more unsettling, something that needed urgent attention. This was no ordinary diplomatic gathering. The summit was essentially a geopolitical emergency meeting to address the chaos engulfing the Democratic Republic of Congo, a crisis that has placed Tshisekedi's presidency in a precarious position.
The broader global community. Therefore, we call upon the international community to step up.
The world watched as a powerful lineup of African leaders, including Kenya's William Ruto, Uganda's Yoweri Museveni, Tanzania's Samia Suluhu, and Rwanda's Paul Kagame, converged in Tanzania. SADC heavyweights Cyril Ramaphosa and Zimbabweans Emmerson Mnangagwa also joined in. Yet, the man at the center of the storm, the president of Congo, was absent.
EAC-SADC initiative on this matter to be supported by a strong secretariat.
Instead of a firm handshake with his regional counterparts, Tshisekedi chose the comfort of a virtual screen. Many had expected to see Tshisekedi stand shoulder to shoulder with his African counterparts, forging a united front for peace in the DRC. But instead, he opted for the safety of a screen. Now the question is why? Despite his earlier commitments to attend in person, why did he ultimately refuse to show up physically? The internet has always wasted no time digging for answers. Here is what they found. Number 1. The Kagame factor. Felix Tshisekedi and Paul Kagame currently share one of the most toxic rivalries in African politics. If there is one name that cannot be separated from Congo conflict, it's Kagame. For Tshisekedi, Kagame isn't just a neighboring president. He is the man Tshisekedi accuses of fueling the M23 rebellion that has wreaked havoc in eastern Congo.
Baende kwao sababu ni watu wanakuja kupigana juu ya franga ya pesa na biko saa tu na bujinga tu saa bujinga ya Tshisekedi alibakamata banajua kuua wakongomani ndio maana tulibakamata tulibarudisha kwa hapo juu tunajua droit humanitaire international tulibaacha tu baende.
Tshisekedi has repeatedly pointed fingers at Kagame, claiming that Rwanda's defense forces are covertly backing M23 rebels in a bid to destabilize the DRC.
And solemnity that the situation demands. The security crisis in the eastern provinces, North Kivu, South Kivu, and Ituri, has escalated to an unprecedented level. Rwanda's defense forces, in support of their M23 puppet militia, continue their terrorist operations on our soil, spreading terror and devastation among our people. I share in your pain and outrage at these barbaric attacks.
Kagame of course denies these allegations, but the tension between the two leaders has reached boiling point.
That these are from Rwanda or the M23 are not Rwandans, please. These are Congolese, and one time he accepts it, then another time he says no, part of it is yes, and then the other part is from Rwanda, and these are the he keeps on going. And how do we, leaders of our own countries, accept this to go on forever and just accept that we shall be manipulated by Tshisekedi or whoever is supporting him?
Felix Tshisekedi has shown a consistent pattern of avoiding direct engagements with Kagame. The last time the East African Community convened an emergency meeting over the crisis following the M23 takeover of Goma, Tshisekedi skipped the digital meeting. This time, with Tanzania hosting another summit, attending in person would have meant sharing the same room with Kagame, exchanging pleasantries, perhaps even shaking hands. That, it seems, was too much to stomach for Tshisekedi. If you ask him what he truly wants, he would likely say one thing: Kagame out of Congo and his military influence eradicated. But how long can he continue to avoid Kagame? And more importantly, can peace talks truly be effective when the main protagonists won't even look each other in the eye? Number 2. Fear of being overthrown.
Don't joke to M23, my bro. Don't joke. That is army for the people. Don't joke.
Beyond Kagame, Tshisekedi has a far more pressing concern: his own survival. The resurgence of the M23 rebels has become his worst nightmare. And their rapid territorial gains have raised the alarming possibility of a march on Kinshasa, his very own seat of power. Leading the charge is Colonel Nangaa, the former Electoral Commission chief turned rebel kingmaker. Nangaa has openly declared his intentions to liberate Congo from Tshisekedi's rule, a threat that has sent chills through the Congolese leadership.
We're here in Goma to stay, as Congolese, and protect the population against the uncivilized. We will continue the liberation march all the way to Kinshasa.
With such an imminent threat, Tshisekedi knows that every move counts. Leaving the country even for a crucial summit could be the perfect opening for his enemies to strike. Imagine the scenario: Tshisekedi jets off to Tanzania for peace talks, only to return and find his state house occupied by M23 rebels. In one fell swoop, he could lose his presidency, his authority, and perhaps even his country.
Tusaidie sana nyinyi watu wa kupeleka habari. Hatutaendelea na kuishi katika hali kama na hii. Karibuni miaka 3 hii vita iko. Sasa taifa inateseka. Watu wanakufa, watu wanahangaika. Tunaomba watu waketi kwa meza moja, wafanye mazungumzo, vita iishe. Kura unahitaji nini? Tunahitaji amani. Amani ya kwanza. Amani ya tunahitaji hapa Goma. Tunapenda barudishe kwanza kura, tuna moto. Hii giza hatuitaki. Na mai après para tushie na connection.
So rather than risk a coup in his absence, Tshisekedi chose the safer route: stay put in Congo and join the meeting virtually. But this begs a pressing question: how long can he afford to govern from a position of fear? If every international engagement presents a potential coup threat, then for how long will Tshisekedi remain a prisoner within his own borders?